That Comic Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to a new issue of That Comic Podcast. I'm your host, Minty, and with me is my wonderful sidekick, Minty.
Cyclops sucks. I mean, if we're doing a little role reversal, might as well get into character.
I'm Lance. We're here to talk about Spider-Man Sucks.
Well,
And-
I mean, that's a little harsh. That's a rough way to start a little bit.
Yeah, you know, it's the lead-in. We're of course talking about Magic the Gathering's new limited set release, Spider-Man.
This is also unique for us.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
It's like we sneak it in there every once in a while, but the reality is that three of us pray to that altar. So, yeah, I feel like more of these should happen.
Oh, for sure. And this, you know, especially Spider-Man, we are getting a Spider-Man limited release set that is entirely Spider-Man based. And yeah, it looks cool. The Universes Beyond from Magic introducing all these outside IPs and everything. We got Avatar: The Last Airbender coming after this as another limited Universes Beyond set. But people are not happy with the Spider-Man set. They've released the entire set of every card that's in the set, and it is limited. It's a smaller set than most.
Yeah, it's like 183 cards or something like that.
Yeah,
193 cards.
While there are some really cool legendary creature cards, potential commanders, the set as a whole doesn't click. It doesn't vibe. It doesn't have the cohesion that a lot of the other Universes Beyond sets have had.
Well, and just to take a quick step back for those of you who have been following us, but maybe not Magic the Gathering, Universes Beyond is what good old Lance was talking about. Is the what do we want to call it? The Fortniting of Magic the Gathering. I think that's the best way I've heard people describe it, which is just pulling other IPs in. And the first big one was Lord of the Rings, which made the most sense because if you're not aware of Magic's lore, you know, there's elves and there's goblins.
We had Warhammer 40K before that.
But that was the first one? Was that the first one?
Yeah,
Really?
I believe that was the first one.
Oh, and then what was the Dungeons and Dragons had one too? Is that beforehand?
Yeah, they had a Baldur's Gate set come out, and I don't know if that would really be considered Universes Beyond, but
well, they did they had the workbook prints for some of the lands, which I thought was a really cool crossover, and then they did the movie. They had a bunch of commanders printed out for anybody who doesn't know what a commander is. That's a format of Magic the Gathering where you pick one card and build a deck around them. So that usually means that one card is a little harder to find or a little pricier. And it seems as though the Spider-Man deck is just that.
Yep.
It seems as though they were just like, you guys like Commander? Well, you're not getting any Commander decks, but boy, do we got a bunch of Commanders for you.
Over on Tulare Community College, the professor actually made precons with deck lists up on his website, so you can actually...
Cool.
You know, get precons if you are trying to actively build that. But yeah, it's interesting the way that Universes Beyond has come in lately with Warhammer in the beginning and the Lord of the Rings and then Doctor Who.
Doctor Who is what got me back.
Yeah, I mean they've all been great sets. Well, precons, I should say. I say majority of them have just been precons.
Yes.
Which is weird, you know.
Really, it's what? Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who are the only two full... Oh, no, Fallout got boosters.
Yep.
Who else got boosters? So boosters for anybody is that's the type of packs you can get for any. I'm just trying to be fair to the comic fans who might be new to this part, and the Magic fans who stumble across this. My bad, you already know this. But for the comic fans who are new to this part, because this is where our crossover happens. And honestly, if it wasn't for Doctor Who, and I'm not a big Doctor Who person, but if it wasn't for Doctor Who cards, I wouldn't have gotten back into Magic. I don't know if I would have been talking to Lance as much as I do outside of comic books. I mean, he and I play on Spell Table. And it really is because of Universes Beyond for me, which is, tell me if I'm wrong here, Lance, because you've stayed in the community way longer than I have, but it is the bringing in of new fans of the game format, less about the lore that is pissing people off because it takes them out of the game when someone plays a Sonic the Hedgehog card.
Exactly. And it's been a power creep in kind of a ridiculous way. When the Warhammer decks came out, they were powerful, right out of the box. Doctor Who decks, they were the same way. Lord of the Rings seemed like it was finely tuned, but they spent a lot of time and money on that set. That's probably the most effort that Magic put in was with the Lord of the Rings set.
Rightfully so.
But people are upset, longtime fans of the game, longtime fans of the lore, because Lorwyn, a very, very popular plane for Magic, was supposed to get a set.
By playing for Magic, he's talking about a place where the game takes place, but it's also a series of cards that come out. When they do, they kind of set it around a place. I'm just filling them in. Look, I'm part of them. I'm more
I
them
appreciate
than I am you.
Hey, I was just going to say, I am so glad you're here. This is new for me to kind of run the operation. I appreciate the interpretation.
We just got to make sure. I am the voice of the noobs in this, because as a person who used to play a lot, I had an ex-girlfriend who got me into the game, and I absolutely loved it, but I was the person who was like, could you imagine if they made a Spider-Man card? How cool would that be? Now I finally have that, and it's why I'm now playing the game again. So it's very funny coming back into the world of Magic in this regard, because I do love the game fiercely. It's like my favorite card. It's probably my favorite game of all time. But I don't care about the lore whatsoever. And it's because the lore is not something easy to understand if you just play the game. Like, yes, the cards, for anyone who's unaware, if you look at a Magic card and you look at the art on that, that art is a part of the overall story that takes place around that set. But finding that story is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you get the actual lore story from Magic website, and then you get story spotlight cards in the set that will bring you, I guess, Easter eggs. I don't know,
you got the flavor text at the bottom, but be honest with you, most of them I never read, because I'm more excited about the thing the card does and the art that's on it and how it allows me to just stomp people.
and you are the target market for Universes Beyond.
No question.
And as of right now, I believe, I don't know if this is 100% correct, but 50% of all Magic sets are now Universes Beyond.
And I'm okay with that. I know people are very upset about that. And I will say, out of all the sets that have been released so far, Edge of Eternities, which is an in-lore set, has been my favorite.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. I know Features is super into the Final Fantasy set, and I'm happy he has his thing. My buddy Frank, who I play with, had Fallout, and he's the biggest Fallout fan, so watching how excited he was, like, everybody's getting their turn, and that's the part about this that I love so much, that while you might not like the sets and what it's doing to your game, just wait till your thing happens.
Yeah. It's all been a lot, and you know, as a fan of the Magic lore and a fan of these Universes Beyond things that have come out, I love it. It's bringing new players into a game that pretty much died in the early 2000s. Like this game, you were finding cards
shortly before that. Actually, weird. Yeah, I didn't
and
realize how short of a time span we're talking here.
Universes Beyond blew up Magic. Brought all kinds of people. I heard them talking about it on SportsCenter.
Well,
and
I gotta say, the sports collecting people are the reason why it's been pain for both universe lovers and non-universe lovers alike. Because the speculative market is destroying it because they're acting like they're Pokemon cards. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Post Malone buying a $2 million One Ring card.
He should have thrown it into a volcano.
Oh,
I will die on this hill. If he bought that card and went to a volcano and dropped it in, I would have lost my mind.
It's not off the table.
He still has time. Has time.
But yeah, these sets that have come out, they've been powerful out of the box for the Universes Beyond. They've been fun to play. They've been really cool nostalgia factors for people that love those IPs that come out. And Spider-Man should be no different, but it's not. It feels so much like they put no effort into this. They got the IP.
It's kind of true, though. I saw a video not too long ago with one of the designers who was kind of snuck up on with a camera. And I wish I would have saved that video. But he, the guy asked him, like, why are there no commander decks? Because we were all shocked. Yeah. We were like, how? Hold on. Every single Universes Beyond release has been centered around commander decks and then building out from there, right?
Yep.
And the main format, and standard's the main format, right? That's right to
yes.
say? All right.
Yep.
So, and that's really what this set is trying to bring back. At least that's what they claim. But after seeing this interview, the guy was asked why there's no commander decks, and he said, to be very honest, we didn't know how long we were going to have Marvel for, and we wanted to rush something out as fast as we could because we didn't know if they were going to pull the plug on us. We didn't know what they were going to allow us to do. We didn't have time to make commander decks. We didn't really have time to do much with this set because it is our first, and we thought it might be our only.
And that's exactly what it feels like, and given that context, it sucks for those creators and those artists to be trying to put out an entire set with such limits.
It's not limited if you're a Spider-Man fan, though. It's only limited if you're looking at it outside of the lens of a Spider-Man fan. If you're a Spider-Man fan, dude, I have not been this excited for a set in God knows how long, because we're not talking one or two characters. Dude, Spiders-Man is in the set. Peter Porker is in the set. I mean, this is not just like, these are deep cuts here that if you're a Spider-Man fan, this is wild to even consider having a deck built around some of the coolest moments. The comic art treatment of the cards in some of the collector boxes and stuff that cost way too much, and that's something we'll talk about later. But those
the full art lands with the spider web creating the symbol. I'm excited. As a Spider-Man fan and a Magic fan, I'm very excited for this set. The limits that they had, not knowing what they could and couldn't do, is a little bit frustrating because there's so many great cards. I can see like 10 different cards that they had these ideas for that were like, hey, you know what? This is gonna be great for this character. This is gonna be great for that character. And once they got done with those 10 cards, they ran out of ideas, and they're like, oh, well, we have to design another 150 cards to go with this set. And they're under contract for another Marvel set, Magic is.
After we've seen the fact that they're only releasing the Soul Stone in this one, we know we got at least 4 more coming.
Yeah,
5 more coming.
I hope that the owners of these IPs, Disney, gives them... gives them the freedom to do stuff. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
And I think there's some truth in Disney kind of... They just came out with Larkin. They had their own game. What was that game?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I can't remember. I played it for a little bit.
It's a Disney card game. It's
Lorcana,
right. And it's just same kind of stuff, just Disney, all Disney stuff.
Yep.
So they literally had a contract with a card game already when this came around. And I would bet money, and again, this is all speculation. This is just me spitballing here, but I would bet money. Remember how horrible the Secret Lair release, and for anybody who doesn't know what Secret Lair is, it's an alternate website where you can get different versions of cards, but these were very specific made cards with no variations out there. Like, it's just Captain America, Storm, Wolverine, and who was the last one? Black Panther.
Gosh, who was it?
Black
Captain
Panther.
America's... Yeah,
it was incredible.
It's the FOMO. Secret Lair is FOMO.
Yes, but Marvel started it.
Yeah.
That Marvel set, when that release was one of the most painstaking. I signed on like the moment it was available, and it took me over 5 hours to be told we were sold out. That shit was sold out probably within 15 minutes, but they made me wait 5 hours to find out. I have never been so mad at a company before. I remember you were on the show at this point. I remember texting the group like, I can't. I was so mad. But it would not surprise me if the reason that was done the way it was to show Marvel the potential of a partnership. So they probably had that Secret Lair and one small set. And they didn't even get the rights to the cards for the game because they had to come up with an entire brand new set for the arena game. They had to make up a whole new Spider Society for in-universe versions of all this. And I bet you that's because they didn't really know, is Magic the Gathering the way to go, or should we just double down on the contract that we already have? We already have a game that's doing well. We already seen that people were nuts over buying that one. Maybe we should put our eggs into that basket. But I think the FOMO that you're talking about, how even just the anger that people were showing towards the company showed Marvel that there's a lot more potential here than we realize. So while this set might not be anything special, something tells me the X-Men set, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Guardians of the Galaxy set is going to be special.
And Are you gonna have the same problem we're having with Spider-Man with the limited options? Are we gonna get a smaller set that
But
is
is
like?
it limited if they think they've got more time?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Do they have more time?
Well, that's my guess. And again, spitballing speculation. We don't know
Sure.
a damn thing what we're talking about here. But if what I just said is true,
Yeah.
and the reception to the Secret Lair event, plus the speculation and the hype around this set, regardless on how angry people are, we already see the numbers on these. So the angry people on the internet don't mean much when you consider the fact that a collector box for until 2 days ago was going for almost $1,000.
Yeah.
Now they're plummeting. There's something
right.
to talk about there, where the price of those boxes is going down to about $600 now. But they were close to $1,000 per box for a good while.
Yeah, one of the universes beyond we didn't mention that just came out was Final Fantasy, and
Feature set.
and that was a fantastic set.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of the way it was layered out, but those collector boxes were going for $1,500.
We made $2 million in a day. And now Marvel's like, ooh, $2 million in a day. Wow, that was just Final Fantasy. What if we, what if we do an Avengers set?
Yeah, and I think the investment for those future sets that they're under contract are going to be based off of how well Spider-Man does.
What I think Spider-Man kind of already is showing how well it's going to do because of the love of the IP. This is the thing that and I hate to say this to longtime Magic fans, and understand that I'm one of you. So before you light your pitchforks and your torches, give me a second here. Your lore isn't as good as your game. And when I say that, it's not because the lore isn't really cool, because I do like the lore, but it is so expansive to a point where it's really hard to not only know where to begin, but how to begin understanding the story in general. Like, comic books at least give you a number one every once in a while, or someone will say, just read this book. And then you'll just either pick up with it or don't pick up with it. But Magic doesn't have characters and people that anyone knows. And they've tried to make TV shows. They've tried to make movies. They've all fell out. Netflix have tried like 4 times to relaunch this Magic the Gathering show that never happened. Apparently, it's still in the works. God only knows if we'll see it. But if you're not reading the books or you're not reading the comics, you don't know what the lore is. These cards have zombies and these cards don't. And the zombie, I like zombies, so I'm going to find the zombie cards. What set they come from, don't really give a shit. How well it plays in my zombie deck, I do.
Right, and you're absolutely entitled to play that way and view those cards that way, because, I mean, it's for everybody. You can find something in the card that you like. Whether it's how it plays, whether it's the art, whether it's the universes beyond aspect of it, whether it's the little flavor text at the bottom. There's something you're going to find to like about cards when they come out.
No question.
And it's interesting with the lore aspect of it. This last big arc we had, the Phyrexian arc, it kind of ended a long-running story. So Bloomborough, I believe, restarted it, and they're kind of... So if you're trying to jump onto lore, start with Bloomborough.
Bloomborough, by the way, is small, little, tiny, fluffy animals. That screams to so many of us.
Adorable little creatures.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not going to pick up, Fievel Goes West in Fantasyland.
The way that I think of it is it kind of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, and that's convoluted into nonsense too. That's a horrible example. That's no other game story has pissed me off more than Kingdom Hearts, because you play 1, you play 2, you're like, what a great story. This is a fun game. Then if you don't play 14 mini games, you have no idea what the hell's going on. They introduced 35,000 characters you've never seen before, and now you're like playing 3 going, the hell is happening? Why is everyone wearing black cloaks and flying around? Like, what is this?
And Donald Duck.
And Donald Duck. Donald Duck makes me happy, and so does Spider-Man. And that's what brings us back to why this set makes those of us who don't care about the lore all of a sudden excited about more than just how my decks play.
And I love it. I love the new players. Like I said, it was dying, and this is bringing people back, and it's making it more popular than it's ever been. And that makes me happy, because I can go down to a card shop and play a pickup game. Because we have all these new people playing Magic because of these universes beyond. And this Spider-Man set is going to, a lot of these comic shops also sell Magic cards. So
buy them. Buy them.
Yep, and buy them. Yep.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Anybody who actually watches this damn video, and I'll do a short about this too. Lance and I will play you on Spell Table.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll play you. I 100% will play you. I have no idea about the lore. Teach me something.
Yep.
Maybe I'll care. But the race car set, I could give a damn.
I'm addicted to the plastic crack of opening packs, and so I will continue.
I wish.
Yeah.
I want to. The dopamine rush is great. Don't get me wrong, but I cannot justify the price of it. I can't do it. I am a buy singles, and I stick firmly to that.
Yeah, I figure when I buy a set box to crack the packs, I'm seeing these cars most of the time for the first time. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I get inspired.
That's also an interesting point. That's a very interesting point because I don't give a shit as much about when they were releasing the Edge of Eternities, except for some things that made sense for the decks that I had. Like when they were, you sold me my Eldrazi deck. When they had an Eldrazi show up in the last one, for anybody who doesn't know what that is, that's a giant, like, scary.
It's the worst creature in Magic.
Yeah, it's like, it's like Shimagoreth, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like from beyond. Anyway. When they announced that there was going to be one of those in there, I was now paying attention. When they announced that there was that one sliver card that was in there, I'm paying attention a bit more. But the story behind it, why there are spaceships, I have no idea. No clue.
Yeah.
No clue. But you know what? I know Spider-Man. I know Avatar, and I know the jokes and stuff that are within them. So when they make these flavor text cards, all of a sudden I care in a way I never have before.
And that's awesome. I love everything about it. After all this, I am hyped. I'm excited to see my favorite comic characters on Magic cards and to be able to put them in my decks and have, Spider-Man fighting the 10th Doctor while traveling through, the Dark Tower.
That one right there. So you can see Captain America. That's my Captain America deck. Then you can see my Deadpool deck because, of course, they came out. But that one right in the middle. That's the pop culture deck. And that's the thing that got me back into it. And it's just filled with every IP that I've ever loved in one deck. And I know that's going to piss so many people off. But the fact that SpongeBob is my commander and I pull out cards from Walking Dead, Lord of the Rings, what else is in there?
Doctor Who.
Yes, but there's a million that I'm not thinking of right now. Anyway, regardless, there's 100 cards in there. That's by far my most expensive because finding those cards is a pain in the ass. But all of the ones behind them are more of the in-lore stuff, and I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But notice how I present the other three.
Right, yeah. I'm proud of these. I'm happy with these. These inspire joy, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Even though you can see the Doctor Who one kind of ducked away in the bottom there. That one's really just because they did that. I know. But that's what I plan on doing with Spider-Man, I'll be honest. I don't think this is going to be my most powerful deck by any means. It's my, for anybody who doesn't know, the bracket system for Commanders 1 through 5. I'm going to say I'm firmly going to build a 2 and a 3 out of this.
Or is it 5? I don't even know.
5 is 5 is CEDH. That's
right.
That's the competitive version. I don't play that.
I'm hyped to see it. I'm hyped to see the future of Universes Beyond. Unfortunately, with the limitations they had with this set, it does feel super rushed. It does feel like it doesn't have a lot of cohesion, but I do have faith in the future. I think with the attraction, the new players, the stock prices, everything that this Spider-Man set is doing, so cool. It's amazing. We got Avatar next. We got another future Marvel set coming out. I mean, we're going to get Lorwyn for those Magic lore fans eventually. It did get pushed back because of these Universes Beyond, and Magic players are not super happy about that.
Well, you know what? They also weren't happy when Lorwyn came out. So you're just happy that you're getting an in-universe set. That's all it is. Yep. None of you cared about it when it was just that set being released, when they were like, what, fairies? Don't get me wrong. There's some Lorwyn cards in some of my decks. The only reason I know Lorwyn is that was back when I was playing originally, because my girlfriend at the time had a fairies deck, so I know that set well.
Yeah, I'm hyped for Lorwyn. It has all the creatures I like to play, and we haven't gotten a set like that in a while. And I just have to wait a little bit longer. But in the meantime, we have Spider-Man and we have Avatar coming. The Avatar one's gonna be cool.
Avatar's going to be cool. This year was a little too much with this stuff where I had to choose essentially which one, because you figure, like, for example, that Peter Parker card, if I don't pull that from a box, I'm probably looking at $50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
and
get
well,
that
there's
card.
one for every color.
This deck will probably cost me $500-$600 to do altogether, and that will be me not even trying to buy the chase versions of the cards because some
Right.
of these will be very expensive.
Yeah.
Some of them will
and-
not.
And as I mentioned earlier, the professor over at Tulare Community College, he has built these into commander decks with those flip character commanders. I believe he has 2 built, and he's trying to get the community to build the other 2. And they look cool.
The Peter one, obviously. I would do, if I was going to only build 2, I would do the Peter Parker one, and I would do the Eddie Brock one.
I like the Green Goblin.
Green
one.
Goblin looks great. You know who was really good and a lot of people talked about was Dr.
Negative?
Octopus.
Oh, Doc Ock. Yeah,
Doc Ock,
he's-
here he is.
Mm-hmm.
All villains get +2/+2. Your maximum hand size is 8. But this one right here, at the beginning of your end step, if you have fewer than 8 cards in your hand, draw cards equal to the difference.
Yeah, so it just refills your hand every
now,
turn.
he's an 8 drop. Or,
Yeah.
excuse me, a 7 drop.
Or 7, yeah.
But still, phenomenal. Like, I cannot, and that's why I'm so excited. Where's my guy? I was so terrified this was going to be Madam Web.
The
Where you
Cosmic
at?
Spider-Man?
Yeah, Cosme. Where's Cosme?
He's a little closer to
There
that.
he
He
is.
Yep.
So this guy right here, because of all the
That's-
colors, the Wooburg, right? I'm saying that right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that means that I can play all the cards I want because of this beautiful SOB right here. And I've seen people make fun of him. I don't understand why. Because, yes, he doesn't give you mana for anybody who cares about that. And he doesn't give you card draw. But he allows me to play them all in one deck. And I don't think you
Yeah.
understand the reason he exists. It's
That
for
card is so broken. It's the new progeny of this.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. And the funny thing is the in-universe versions of all this is also pretty dope. Like, I really like the in-universe versions of these cards, but
Yeah, and the flavor text. Oh god, it's
dude, Ben Riley,
so good.
Ben,
Yeah.
yes, like so many people were like the people who don't understand comics or don't care about Spider-Man at all. They were like, they're just more spandex wearing people in different colors doing the same thing. And it's like, yes, I am aware of that, but
Right.
some of them are incredible.
Some of them.
Some
yes.
of them I don't care about at all. But some of them are incredible. Madam Web I don't care about. And I'm probably
Right.
like, I don't care about. I mean, actually, I'll probably get Ultimate Green Goblin just because the card itself is nasty, but I don't really care about Ultimate Green Goblin. I don't care
Bagel
about
and
the web
schmear.
wars. Yeah, bagel.
see it?
Yeah, bagel and schmear. I don't care
Yep.
about that. Eerie Gravestone, just because of the art, is nasty. Just because of Peter pulling himself out of the grave from Craven's Last Hunt.
And those cards, the bagel and schmear and the hot dog card, those do feel like filler cards.
Oh, there's
but
no question
I
they're
love
filler.
them. Just like from Final Fantasy, we got instant ramen.
No one's talking about this card, but this is an auto include in like every commander deck ever. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
For a
it's
2-drop for no color, and that allows you to search your library for a land and pull it onto the battlefield, dude. That is
Yeah.
it's
And there's so many
Arcane's-
keywords on there. And like artifact, creature, spider, robot, scout. Like really?
The lands are phenomenal, dude.
The lands are great.
I can't.
Oh god, I love those lands,
Look at
man.
they're bringing back. So for all those my comic fans, you remember when we collected the comic cards and they all created one scene? That's what these are. All
Mm-hmm.
these here, if you put them into order, they create one large fight scene. That's
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal. And I love that Miles and Gwen are connected on the other. So if I flip them, they now are a part of the main. Oh, look, they're actually in order. No, they're not in
Nice.
order. These two are in
Oh.
order. These two are. Oh, these.
Oh, right.
these
I see the
3
connection
are in
there.
order.
Yep.
But when you flip them, Miles and Gwen are then connected as well. Like they're on the street corner. The thought put into the art. Maybe the cards didn't get the thought that you would want, but the
Yeah.
art of the cards is incredible. The different
Yeah.
the different treatments of the cards. Look at the comic collection.
Yeah, those are freaking cool. The saga enchantments with the comic panels, like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
that's
look, the death of Gwen Stacy looks phenomenal.
that
Kraven's
is
Last Hunt.
maximum carnage.
Dude, the
you know?
Clone Saga? Come on. It's
All
like the
right,
only
well-
version of the Clone Saga anyone will care about.
Right. With that being said, I'm excited for this set. I understand why people are upset with the incohesion, but I'm excited. I think a lot of other people that are saying negative things are still going to go and buy this set, and it's going to do well.
Tell you what, if you don't like it, don't buy it. So that way I have more options and they're cheaper. Don't do it.
Yes, yeah. Don't
do
inflate
it.
the market.
Don't do it. Just enough that Marvel knows that they can make money, and we'll get the X-Men set because I really do want that as well. But make it easier for me. That's fine. I'm okay if none of you guys want to play with this deck. That's fine. I sure as hell do. And if you don't buy them, that gives me way more opportunities. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, nobody buy it. Make every card $1.
And here's the thing. The sets that have come out recently have... I heard an interesting argument, and it might have been from the professor, who was saying that some of the recent sets that we've seen is to get people comfortable with the concept of Universes Beyond. Like, for example, we had a cowboy set. That was dumb. We had a detective set. That was dumb.
Right. Murders of Carlisle Manor.
Thank you. They're in-universe sets that are just... And the race car, the Aether Drift.
Yep, Aether Drift, yep.
Also dumb. Now, this sci-fi set didn't have the same vibe as the rest, but obviously was following the same tropes as the rest.
Well, the cool thing about Edge of Eternities, the set you're talking about, the sci-fi set, is they had no restrictions. They didn't have to abide by a pre-existing plane and their creatures and their mechanics. They could do whatever they wanted, and they did. They made spaceships commanders.
Dude, and the planet lands are my favorite.
Yeah.
Those planet lands are so cool.
I wish I had gotten more of that set.
Me too.
I slept on it.
Me too. And this is what I want to remind the Universe Beyond. I'm not going to call you haters because none of you are truly haters. You just don't like the sets that have happened. But if a Brandon Sanderson set comes out and you're stoked about a Reckoner's set, you're going to be through the roof. It's just they haven't done your set yet. You know, and that's it. So you're all potential Universe Beyond fans.
But it's coming. We're going to get the Price is Right set before you know it.
Pop culture, baby. That's my
right.
You can't see him, but that's Bob Ross on the front of that deck box. I'll do it.
Oh man. All right. Well, I don't know the outro, so you're gonna.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But in general, let us know if you like this kind of content because honestly, this is something that Lance Features and I kind of talk about in hushed tones in our group chat periodically, and we would love to talk about this kind of stuff more. So, if this is something that you're into, hit us up. If you take me up on my commander night with the community, because I think that would be a lot of fun. If anybody wants to do that, let us know in the comments. But in general, Magic the Gathering isn't going anywhere. Universes Beyond isn't going anywhere, and the in-universes sets still compete and are still just as good sometimes.
Sometimes, right? I think this is an anomaly. All of the other Universes Beyond sets have been great, and I think the future is going to be great. So, optimistic.
It's just because of Marvel. It's because Disney and Marvel not quite sure how they feel about this, at least in my opinion, based on what that one artist was talking about, one of the set designers. So, anyway, regardless, if this is something you guys are interested in, we will do a follow-up. I will let you know what cards I end up getting. We can go over what the deck list is going to look like. I am very excited for what this is going to look like. If you guys want to know anything about the decks that we currently have, you want to know about what I'm running over there in the pop culture deck, if you want to see that kind of stuff, or if you want to see or see us play any of these decks against each other, all things that can happen.
Yeah.
Just let us know that it's something you're interested in.
Absolutely.
Once again, I'm Menti. Well, no, I'm Lance today.
I'm Minty.
There you go. You can find the show at That Comic Podcast everywhere online. That Comic Podcast to your social media choice, unless it's Twitter/X, which is That Comic Pod. But right now, YouTube's the place to go. We just hit 300 subscribers. We are new to the platform. We are really trying to grow that up. But we have had a phenomenal month with the views, especially with the reels and the shorts. You guys are outstanding for that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
The more of you that jump on, the cooler this gets, the bigger this gets, and the more we can do. So thank you guys for popping in. Hopefully this is some kind of content you enjoy, and we will see you with the next one.
Later.
And that's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that.